worked here for 12 years now. 12 years this past June. So I actually interned here when I was in college, just making props for Stay Tuned for Danger. So sometimes we'll go back and use those old models, and they'll just show up randomly in scenes just as kind of a nod to all that stuff that we did a long time ago. I guess one of the reasons that I've been here so long is that I really like the people that I work with. I really like the environment that our company has. It's laid back, yet everybody. It's laid back, I guess, because everybody takes their job very seriously and has a lot of pride in what they do. So it gives us the freedom to not be too uptight, and not be too too overly meticulous with the way that we need to manage people and the way that we're managed. There's a lot of trust, I guess, is the best way to put it. So it's just a nice culture, especially in this industry where a lot of companies can really end up micromanaging people, especially artists, like the people that I work with, to the point where they just get that whole artistic creativity crushed, and it's just not quite as effective, I don't think, to work that way. How do I pay for this outfit? I don't really. My wife basically gives me permission to buy a few Seahawk jerseys here or there. I'm probably most known for my sense of humor here. People usually seem to think that I'm a little bit of a goofball, so I think that helps, though. It helps in my relationships with people because they know that I have a pretty good sense of humor, so I think people feel comfortable talking to me knowing that I just have that sort of approachable personality where I'm more likely to make a joke than I am to like take something too seriously and get all upset or something. So I just feel like with my team and other departments, it just kind of leads to more easier communication with me. So that's probably what I'm most known for. That and my brightly colored Seahawks clothes, and when I first started working here, I had a mohawk, and it was usually blue or green or pink or some weird color. So some of the people that have been here a little longer remember that. So I'll probably always be that person to them. I worked on the ruins, so in my role as art director, I also end up jumping in and doing a little bit of production help, whether that's with UI or just helping another artist. In this case, I took on an environment, and it was initially slated as a fairly small environment, and I found in my schedule I had a little more time, so I expanded on it a little bit. We faced some challenges on the art team in creating a lot of environments that were dark and they didn't really have a specific source of lighting, so we had to work very hard to make sure that things in the game were visible, yet still spooky, and still conducive to good gameplay. And players weren't hunting around looking for things that they just couldn't find because there just wasn't enough contrast in the scene. So it's probably going to end up being one of our spookier games. I'm more excited about that. Probably becoming art director. Like I said, I started here as an intern. I was eventually hired on as a texture artist, where I would just be using Photoshop to work with a 3D artist who would give me templates and ask for things that they need, and I would make those textures for them. And eventually I went on to take over one of those 3D environment artist roles. And then I think it was 2008, late 2007, early 2008, Tim suggested me for the art director job, and I was more than willing to take it because I'm always the kind of person that's looking to do whatever I can to help the team out and just be a resource and sort of facilitate the whole project, and that was a great opportunity to do that. So that's probably, well, definitely that's been my biggest achievement so far. Gosh, that's a tough question because I sort of look at everything relatively, and I guess my biggest problem that I found in life are problems that I can't solve, and problems that I just don't have the ability to solve.
water?
I would say definitely my family. I've always been close with my family, and I'm close with my wife's family, and I know that family is very important to her too. So I think that between the two of us, you know, one of the things that I think we really have going for us is that we are close with our families, and we live near them, and try to, you know, hang out with them and communicate as much as possible. So that's always sort of been the case for me. You know, growing up, I always had those friends in high school that were like, oh, my parents or whatever, and I just always had a really good relationship with my dad and everybody else in my family, so that's probably the most important thing to me. A Seahawks Super Bowl victory. That would be nice. As far as personal goals, you know, I've been working on brushing up on some of my real-time skills, so I would definitely like to see us as a company maybe work towards something where Nancy gets a realized fully 3D world where we can move around in real time. We'll see if that ever happens, but that would be really exciting for me, and I know a lot of people on the team to work on. People as fans of games and as fans of sports, for example, you like to know that the team that's creating the things that you like is a really smart and passionate about what they do, passionate group, and that they're good to each other and helping each other out, and that's what we have here. So we're a really close group of friends, and I think that's really conducive to showing through in our games and the quality that we put into them.